Hey guys, welcome to the Kaykov Media Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, as we always do, Dr. Gianna. Dr. Gianna's here and my co-host, Mr. Boris.
Hey.
How we guys doing today?
We're not going to call her by her full name. Her practice is called G's.
Dr. G Pediatrics.
Yes.
That's right.
So, doctor, please tell me, how you got into this industry. I know, I'm sure it was a
Hold on,
struggle
I'm sorry.
of its own. What's up?
We have a little tradition we started.
Yes,
So
that is true.
You're going to put your name and wish us a good luck because we're not planning to
What an honor.
go bankrupt.
Never. With Kaykov Media, we only move forward.
Yes, sir.
No looking back.
Hopefully we're going to have enough of these to start a wall.
Amen. Definitely will. Or maybe buy a building. I said we should do the $20 bills instead of
Why?
the $5.
I like the 5, you know?
You like the 5?
Or $100 bill.
Or $100 bill.
We're not that greedy. Go ahead, Maya.
Thank you
Dr.
for having
Gianna.
me. What an honor. I feel lucky to be here. Not everybody gets to sit here with Kaykov Media. I'm Dr. Gianna Suyunova. I go
Absolutely.
by Dr. G.
The hottest doctor in the
Right.
community.
Opa.
I'm board certified pediatrician. I take care of babies and toddlers and teenagers.
Follow her on Instagram.
Yep.
You got very cool videos, by the way.
Yes.
I always thought I was going to be an adult doctor. And then during my rotations, I fell in love with pediatrics. But everybody was like talking me out of it. Kids, they cry. You get the lowest pay. Why would you deal with kids and their parents? So when I was applying for residency, I kept applying
Where
for the
at?
wrong field. In New York
Okay.
and out of state also. I applied 1 year, internal medicine, family medicine. I don't get it. Second year, so I had trouble getting residency because without residency, you cannot practice.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's strange. It's such a demand for doctors and nurses and all that. So
Very
is it
competitive.
because where you finished college?
Because I finished abroad, so
Okay.
you compete with US.
Did you have to fight something for getting some type of other degree or license?
No, I was just reapplying. So, and then when I put my foot down, I said, what, I want to do pediatrics. Like, stop talking
That's
me
it.
out of it.
Exactly.
And when I applied that year, the only year that I applied for pediatrics, I got the residency.
Okay.
It was like 7 minutes away from my home because I was thinking, what if I go to Chicago or New Jersey?
It happens all the happens
How
all
did
the
your
time.
husband feel about that when you told him you're going to be applying different
He was
states?
very supportive, but in the back of my mind, I'm like,
How many babies you had at that time?
3.
You already
All
wow.
3, they're all set.
But when I matched for
husband don't
my
sleep.
pediatrics, my baby was a year old.
Got it.
So
So where was the residency?
Flushing Hospital in
L-
Jamaica.
Flushing Hospital. Got it. I got my stitches on my head from there, by the way, while I was in high school. Such a
3
much
years
better, hospital than it was before.
For sure. For
My
sure.
God.
Everything changed. Like innovative.
Yeah.
equipment,
They were
everything.
horrible, man. Horrible.
During your time.
Yeah, look at this. Still got the scars.
We can
Still
fix
get
it.
this. So you did 4 years bachelor's and then you did 3 years.
4 years bachelor's, 4 years med school, 3 years of
Oh.
residency training.
Wow. How much did you have to go through? Because
And
I know
so many
you have
exams.
to raise the kids, got to cook
sure.
food, I'm sure, and study.
So I always say this, how Israel has their army. So I had an army behind me.
Okay.
My parents, my in-laws, my husband, my siblings, my neighbor. Like
That's good.
everybody, I can't say that I did it on my own because I
Correct.
didn't. It was group effort.
That's nice.
Somebody
That's beautiful. I
helped me
love that.
Cooked. Somebody helped me pick up the kids. I don't know if I would be where I am today if it wasn't for my Israeli army.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's just, I'm
Why do you call it Israeli army?
because Israeli army is always ready.
Ah,
You
from that perspective.
understand?
Okay, I
So
hear you.
What I have behind me. I finished my residency, and then Jamaica Hospital offered me a job as an attending. I worked there for 3-4 years. The experience that I got is just like,
I'm sure it's
wow.
Breaking nights.
But it was confined. Like, it's the same thing every day. Like, my personality, like, I need to grow.
Yeah.
I can't be
you must-
doing the same thing every day. Like, and also when you already have teenagers, you need your schedule to be more flexible.
Like,
I couldn't ask, like, my son has a game, I need to go earlier, or I need to, they weren't that accommodating. And for me, that played a big role. I said, you know what, I need to go on my own. I need to open my own
so it was your idea or your husband? Because I know your husband is very business minded.
my husband, whatever makes you happy. He said, stay in the hospital because you have your vacation days, you have your
Yeah.
personal days. A lot of people told me, why don't you go part-time in clinic Open your own so that it kind of pays the overhead costs or whatever. I said, no. Either I'm in or I can't do.
Any partners as doctors, meaning like joint venture with us? So
It was just me, myself,
solo.
and I. It was me, myself, and I. And the first office I actually opened was in Bayside.
Okay.
I don't know, the opportunity came and I just grabbed it. And then 6 months later, where my office is right now, the landlord called me. He's like, oh, we have the space. You want to come?
Hell yeah.
I said,
Really?
I just opened an office. I invested so much money. And there's only one Dr. G.
Yeah.
I can't be in two places at the same time. He's like, just come, just take a look. I went, and it was like literally a block and a half from my parents' house. And the community, that's where I wanted my
Originally.
Yeah, yeah.
But as I said, there's only one of me. Jamaica State's office got busier. And I couldn't, in my head, I'm a super woman, like I think I could do it all, right? But
Just
at the end
like
of the
every
day, I have 3
entrepreneur.
kids. I have I have other responsibilities. I said, no, you know what? I need to close my Bayside office.
How was the process closing? The landlord didn't mind, I'm sure.
They loved me.
Really?
Very nice, because my contract was for 5 years.
So how did you get off of the contract?
I prayed. I prayed to God.
And they gave it to you?
And
I mean, it's the same landlord, right?
No.
Bayside is completely different. And Jamaica.
That's a whole corporation in Bayside. It's a different ballgame.
Because he basically he renovated the place for me. Everything that I asked for, like to have sink in each room. And,
he put that money?
everything.
No way.
I mean, I built the cabinet
Correct.
and everything, but he accommodated me.
Yeah,
so
he
I
built the
felt
standards
horrible.
that she wanted, yeah.
First, he told me, why don't you find somebody and sublease it to whoever you want to.
Correct.
I couldn't find anybody because I was so focused on, on my Jamaica State's office. The time went by. Of course, I pay rent every month. And then I said, listen, please help me because I am one person. And then he replied to my email, you have 3 days to vacate the place.
No way.
While I was in Poland on my training for my aesthetics, I said, oh my God. And then, of course, I got a lot of help and vacated. And he was very nice.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You got really lucky.
I got very lucky.
Because usually they hold you. They hold you.
He was nice Greek older man.
Yeah, that's predominantly old Greek because I went to Benjamin Cardozo High School right a few blocks away, right next to the college.
He was I got lucky.
Sorry, I didn't go to Forest Hills.
It's okay. Listen, you weren't the chosen one. What do you mean?
And, a lot of people actually told me, why don't you keep both of them and just hire
more
PAs,
doctors.
hire NPs and hire more doctors. I was just starting my business. Who am I going to hire? I have to let people know of my craft first and let them get used to me first. And they're not going to just...
But was that Bayside office busy, or would you consider not as busy as what you have here, of course?
I mean, we Jews, we have not one child, we have multiple kids.
Thank God.
2, 3 families come, your schedule is booked.
Yeah.
When they said,
Before we move on, I'm curious about, like you said, you traveled to Dubai, to Poland. This was all on your own, or your husband joined, or your husband took care?
My mom. I always go to conference with my mom.
Okay, so your husband was the...
Switzerland, he went with me.
But he took care of the kids and everything. And
my mother-in-law, with that I have no problem.
Okay.
The
army.
The army, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are to a place where you closed down, you're moving to Jamaica Estates. Dr. G is on fire because you're really loved in the community.
Yes, absolutely.
You are, yeah.
You.
And
it's my passion. Not everybody's capable of taking care of the kids. A lot of times doctors get annoyed, get that noise, that cry. Like, you have to have true passion for children, which I do.
Okay.
They keep me young. I love kids. Not only I get to educate them, I get to, just vouch for them, basically. They can't, some of them can't speak.
Like your child, listen.
Right?
Yeah.
And same thing for the parents. You educate the kids, you educate the parents. And I'll tell you even more. Any parent, good or bad, only wants what's best for the kids.
100%.
Even like the worst parents, if you tell them X, Y, and Z needs to be done for the child, they'll do it. For themselves, they'll postpone.
Yes.
For themselves, they won't get that blood work or they won't go to the doctor. But for their kids, and that's just so satisfying as a doctor.
Correct.
Like a parent will drop everything and
absolutely
their child.
Your opinion on vaccines and...
Oh, yeah, the vaccines, baby. Talk to us.
So just to set this record straight, I am pro-vaccines. I think they prevent debilitating diseases. But the first question a couple asks me when they walk into my, clinic,
Yeah.
do you push vaccines? I don't push nobody.
But we're mandatory to get vaccines.
Right, but not.
No, but
I just follow the rules. I don't make them.
Yeah,
right?
but you
Okay,
follow
go
the rules. But
ahead,
these
I'm sorry.
rules,
Go ahead.
I don't know. Are they real? Like, it's a
Some
must.
vaccines
Is
are
mandatory.
mandatory. Like
Okay.
my kids, 3 of my kids are all fully vaccinated. So when they come and they say, "Doctor, do you push vaccines?" I say, "Listen, I have my 3 children. You have you're the parent. I can educate. I can provide information,
How do you?
but I'm not
educate
pushing anything on anybody.
them? How do we educate them?
We educate them by explaining what each vaccine prevents. It's always about pros and cons. If
Okay.
you give the vaccine, what can happen? If you don't give vaccine, especially if your child goes to daycare. Parents, our job is to protect our kids,
Correct.
right? But they ask me, "Do you give doctor? Can you give vaccine? You want me to go to jail?"
Got it.
I just told you about my
I mean,
journey.
there are ways if you're
Of course, and I say I'm not one-
ultra-religious and there
No,
are
back in the day, ultra religious, there was exemption, not anymore. But we all have choices, right? So I said, even like religious people, they can say, "You wear a wig. What if I ask you to take your wig off? Would you take it off?" No. My business is Glass kosher.
No, we're not talking about business. Like my curiosity, especially after the pandemic, and now we know what happened. The way they were pushing
Not
the
COVID. I'm talking about the vaccines. That
yeah, but there's vaccines coming out now. There's a COVID vaccine that is somewhat mandatory. Correct?
Again, with kids, it's a little bit different because if you don't want to vaccinate your child, you're entitled to do that. Keep your child at home. But what parents want and what they want me to do is to put on record that the child had a vaccine and send that child to daycare. I said, whatever you do whatever you need to do. I just cannot do that. As I said, I only follow the rules. I went to school, I took gazillion exams. Now I have my office. And there are doctors who do it. They'll do the vaccine. I just kindly say, I am not that doctor. I'm not.
You don't feel worried that could possibly happen to a child because
But my voice against the government and CDC, like, it's nothing.
Who is she to?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if I try to help one person, it's not going to make a difference. So when I tell the parent, I understand. As a mother, I
Yeah.
understand you. But as a doctor, there's only so much I can do. You want to see me on CNN News? Doctor,
no,
you
we're not
got
talking
arrested?
about nothing criminal. Like, say, I go to a
You know?
doctor. I go to a doctor, and I know there's a three vaccine combo. Correct? So I'm like, you know what? I've done a little bit of studying and stuff like that. So I would divide the vaccine.
Of course. I work with my parents. I tell
Okay.
them, you want one at a time? No problem.
So I feel
You
that,
want whatever you want, we can space them out.
That's nice.
Sometimes I even gave them letters saying, like, we'll do.
especially certain type of, I don't want to categorize it as Ashkenazi, Sephardi. Some of the genes are much weaker, and we've known studies, especially when a Sephardi gets married to an Ashkenazi, there's blood work happening. The combination of the blood must I don't know if the term is right.
But then how you're saying you want to take it slow with the vaccine?
So it
Fine.
all depends, I think, on the child and their immune system, if they can handle that.
The immune system
Most
gets
of
passed
the
down from the parents.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The immune system of a child, some of them, based on her record, if she has that child from the beginning, she already knows if the kid could handle it probably.
Exactly. And also, as I said, I work with parents because a lot of practices, even my colleagues, they have a big sign. You come in and says, we are pro-vaccines. We follow American
The
Academy of
guidelines.
Pediatrics. If you're not in line with us, please go find another doctor.
No way.
Yes.
Really?
But that's more of a commercial, like we're talking about PMM
No,
Pediatrics,
no.
where they have
private
1,000
practices.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just in different states. I will never do that. I will never turn away.
So you're more lenient towards
Absolutely.
more lenient towards the parents.
Absolutely. And that's why they come to me.
Okay.
They come to me because they trust me, number one. And number two, they know they can work with. I will
And you
never push
satis-
vaccines. Say,
and
no,
you
you
sat-
have to take. No
You
such thing.
satisfy their need for questioning.
Exactly.
But it's just that they don't have a choice. They have to do the vaccine. You don't push them, but they
I don't
have
push them. And that's why they're hoping for change to come.
Yeah.
Go Trump, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what changes are coming soon. So if they want to take it slow,
How do you educate yourself on the new vaccines? How do you keep yourself updated?
we have CMEs. We have to do continue medical education.
like seminars.
Seminars, lectures.
Is that yearly? Is that quarterly?
Monthly, we decide.
Oh, okay.
Monthly.
So you're
But there's a
constantly-
deadline.
There's always deadline. And you have to take the exam, like They keep you on your toes.
Okay, good. I remember my oldest daughter, who's 11, had a big cough. It became like a snore after. So they were like, "Oh, you gotta get one of those old school, what do you call them? Like covers. You know, it's made out of some type of camel."
Like a пуховый scarf?
Yeah.
Пуховый платок?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, oh, you gotta put this. You put some type of dog
And you
oil,
cover it.
and then
Yeah,
you
you
wrap
wrap
it
it
up.
up.
Believe me, in 2 hours she's gonna be.
Look, all those home remedies are great, but if a child has a viral infection, and I always explain this to the parents, it takes on average 7 to 10 to 14 days for this virus to leave your body. So all those home remedies are great, but it's still going to take that time. You're just helping the child feel better.
Better, yeah. This new popular thing that's happening now, especially to Ashkenazis who are intermarried, that they're doing Brits in hospitals, because I know usually they come to you after the rabbi comes on the first and second day,
Right.
but it usually takes up to 8 to 11 days.
Some rabbis don't even come.
Yeah, that's the new trend. Also, I bugged out.
And that means it's normal. If the doctor says that the child is fine, they just come for the Brit and call it a day.
Yeah. So with a Sephardic, I know I go to the hospital, I see the baby.
Okay.
Let's say,
So you go to the hospitals also?
yes.
So you're a
Some
resident.
hospitals. LIJ Forest Hills is the hospital
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know
affiliated
that.
with. See the baby, and then they come to the office for the follow-up. We do a test called bilirubin to make sure the baby's not yellow. Not only by the looks, we also have to do the blood
Of
test.
course.
Okay.
And then I clear on my part, but then still the rabbi has to come and see the baby. And let's say even if the level is good, but the rabbi feels like the baby's not ready or for whatever reason, he won't do it. So we worry about herpes.
Correct.
So the cold sores, everybody has cold sores. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
Correct.
Okay.
So
Especially in the winter.
right. So when he's doing the Brit and if he's using an instrument in between,
It's okay.
it's fine. But the direct, I mean, as I said, just because you don't see the cold sores doesn't mean that rabbi doesn't have,
I hear
right,
you.
them in hiding.
But he does
So-
like so multiple a day or week, whatever it is.
I guess you have to trust your rabbi
Correct.
for you to trust your child with him. But that's one of the concerns. And that's why a lot of people prefer to do it in the hospital.
That's
prefer
one of
to
the
do it.
reasons.
The only problem with that is that you have to do it on day 2 or 3.
Yes.
Nobody's going to keep you in the hospital for 8 days. You're supposed to do it on the 8th day, for example.
Yes.
And you
Something
can't go
to do
back.
with the blood, or so like thickens out right on the 8th day or something like that. They say.
Is that at its highest point?
Highest point,
What
like the thickness of the blood, so it's much easier for it to heal or something.
I thought it was.
Go ahead. As a doctor.
I thought it was because that's the Jewish law.
Oh,
that
the
they-
spiritual.
yeah.
No, but there's more to it. I
More
think.
to it?
Yeah, there's more to it.
But they have an option. If they can't do it in the hospital and they still want a doctor to do it, what I do, I refer to pediatric urologist.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the office, they numb the baby, everything is sterile, again, is done by a doctor, and they do it
So
in
you're okay with that opinion of
whatever parents want.
got it. Okay, so
I
you're
did, as I said, I have my kids, 3 kids. I did it the way I wanted. I can't tell a parent what to do. I can only support and refer, give them a good doctor, good specialist. That's all I can do.
What's the most craziest thing you while practicing? Parents, like I said, you deal with multiple different cultures. What was the most craziest thing that you saw
Or
that
came across.
as a
Oh
doctor?
my God, recently actually. So there's, as I said, I believe in holistic medicine and all of that, right? Baby was 18 days old, spiked a fever of 102. And the parent wanted to bring the temperature down holistically and not go to the hospital,
Okay.
right? So of course I'm like panicking. Long story short, this child was sent to emergency room and
Was that your request or
it was
Mandatory.
mandatory.
So you're the one that
ER
picked-
right now.
you picked up the phone, you called the ambulance, they came.
Not ambulance. They had the car. They went by themselves.
Okay.
But I said, the child is 18 days old. There should be no reason why your child should be having a fever of 102. He ended up having meningitis.
Mhm.
How do you get that?
People around. Brit, I don't know who he was exposed to. They're older child in the family, right? So sometimes parents don't listen. And when I say you need ER or you need IV or, you know, I'm telling because I care and they do their own thing. Oh, holistic medicine. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes you have to, you need medical attention. You need to go to ER. So baby had a viral meningitis.
Any time you ever had where you had to be the one that picked up the phone for the emergency to come, like the Hatella?
Child abuse. Child abuse. As I said, we advocate for kids who can't speak.
Okay.
So, and that's why my
How young was that? How young was the child when you saw signs?
non-walking child
What's the signs? I just added.
can't move her leg,
Wow.
can't move, was crawling, now can't move, the leg is swollen, right? If it's a non-walking child, what's the problem? You're touching the leg, the child screams. So when they come, you have to examine from head to toe.
Yeah.
Each child, doesn't matter, I know his mom, I know his father, I know. It means nothing.
Protocols.
Protocol. If you don't report, if you don't get help, that child might never walk again.
Yeah.
Who am I protecting? A parent? No, my job
That's
is
why-
to protect the child.
Based on your experience, you said
Mm-hmm.
6 years you've been running your own office. The amount of different sicknesses that are out there for kids, meaning the sicknesses that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most common
Virus?
virus?
I mean,
Do you
depends on
feel-
the age of the child. So
Okay.
if they're younger, RSV is huge.
What is that?
What is that?
It's a virus that attacks, your lungs.
How bad is it?
I had kids who were sent to the hospital and were on breathing machine.
No way.
Yeah.
What age is that?
6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Especially if you have older kids who go to daycare.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who go to school. They are like a walking germ, like from head to toe. That's why I tell parents, he comes from daycare or she comes from strip, bathe them, and only then they can touch a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Toddlers, from strep to ear infections.
Ear infection is so common. Every time I would take my kids to the
Yeah.
doctor before, any type of ear infection, that's the only thing they say constantly. What's your take on that?
There was
I
time-
only trust my exam, so I
But-
don't know. Sometimes it's questionable.
It is, isn't it?
Sometimes it's
There was times
questionable.
where my daughter my middle son had ear infections almost twice a month.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And then they keep pushing the antibiotics. That's
That's the thing. If a doctor wants to give an antibiotic, sometimes all they need is a reason. You can't look in the ear, can you? Can
Correct.
You look in,
No.
you
yeah.
want, you want,
Oh, I see a little redness. Let's give him.
That's it. Ear infection. Next.
I can only speak on my behalf. For me, in children in general, less is more. I believe in less. Sometimes parents come demanding antibiotic. It's a virus. Antibiotic won't help. It will not help. I can give it to you. I can give you anything you want, but it's not going to help your child.
They want instant gratification.
But that's just
that-
parental
is
parental
that-
feeling. Like I want my
or is that
child.
laziness?
No,
Also?
Breaking night. There's that because you.
No, I feel like every parent wants the child to feel better now.
Now.
When I tell them it's a virus, it's going to take 7 days. What? But I want the cough to go away now. It doesn't happen. I wish I had a wand and just like make every patient of mine feel better.
That's going to be
As a
an
mother
expensive
and as a
one.
doctor, do you have a list where something that maybe for the future you print out from step 1 to 7 as a beginner mother? Expect this if something like that happens. Wait, is that something?
even if I give them that,
They'll still come.
they'll still call, and that's okay. And that brings me to another point. Every parent that walks through my office has my personal cell phone number.
And you only have one phone?
The same number as my husband and my kids have.
Wow.
They can contact me, and I tell them, don't
you're
Google
ve-
stuff. Google is great when they have to search for my office.
I love that saying. Google didn't go to college, right?
Google did
I
not
saw
go to
that.
med
I
school.
saw that.
Call me. Ask me. I give you my phone number. Text me, right? I give them my number. Everybody has my number.
Wow.
But when they start Googling stuff and they become anxious, they put fever, cough, and the worst comes, the worst diagnosis
That's
comes.
it.
Then I have to spend 45 minutes
On the phone.
calming the mother down, right? Especially it's for her first child.
What's your opinion on the whole, as a woman and as a doctor, the trend of breastfeeding is gone? And
We need to bring it back. Breast is the best. Some mom, they just don't. They don't produce.
Yeah.
She tries different teas, different pills. She feels guilty, and some of them can go into depression. So I tell them, don't feel guilty. You're not feeding your child garbage, or you're not feeding your child. It's nutrition.
What's the difference? Tell me. I know natural breast is.
Breast milk is basically all your protective immunoglobulins you pass down to your child. So less ear infection, less illnesses. So,
But Similac has all that also, no?
no, it has the nutrition, but
Yeah.
all the immunoglobulins come from the mother. That's the protective factor.
Are you a parent who is breastfeeding, but the child is coming in with, I don't know, maybe heartburn? They get that as well,
Yes.
right? Do you give some type of dietary advice to the to mother as well, even though you're a pediatrician and not a standard OB or whatever?
OBGYN.
Yeah.
We give everything that concerns the baby. So if mother is breastfeeding, right, and let's say baby is colicky and crying nonstop, so you have to focus on the diet. If you're breastfeeding and you're eating beans and broccoli, your child will be gassy. I always say this to the parents. Kids don't have work.
Correct.
Kids don't bring money. Kids don't go shopping. It's us. Whatever I buy is in my fridge. Whatever I cook is what's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to blame the parents, but I explain it because most of the time parents come and say, "Doctor, can you talk to my child? Can you tell them to stop eating? Enough of this ice cream and pizza." Of course, I'm not going to say that to the child. I turn to the parent.
Yeah.
Correct.
I say,
As you
I'm
should.
sorry, with all due respect. Who cooks in your house? I said, do you cook? I go to the child. Do you cook in your house? Oh, no, the child is like 7 or 8. No, I don't. Mommy does. Okay, so you cook. You do the shopping. So we have to take responsibility as parents that whatever we feed our kids is the outcome. So if you make healthier choices, if you don't buy all the junk food and all the processed food and it's not in your house, guess what? Your child is not going to eat it. And
Go ahead.
and also staying active. Like I always say, you go for a walk, you grab your child. If you show them from a young age to stay active and, to drink water instead of juice. A lot of times, the child is 9 months. I see in the bottle, I say, what is this? Oh, juice, doctor. I mix it with water.
Already juice?
Already, 9 months.
That's insane.
So that's what I'm saying. Kids don't know any better.
Yeah.
They don't,
Of course.
unless we show it to them and we teach it to them and we show by example. So if I go to the gym and I sign up my kids, they'll go with me.
Of course.
I go for a run or I go for a walk and I take my 10-year-old, she'll go with me.
What do you feel is the best way to educate parents about the preventive care? How do you think is the best way for you to engrave that into their head?
Every visit.
That worked, that you've seen progress in, and you're using the same.
So because there's just so much information out there on internet, there are groups there. So when they come to my office and they have 15 to 20 to 30 minute visit, I do the best that I can. Right? I can't sit there the whole day, right? And explain, which I do. Education. Sometimes they'll give me a fact and I'll correct. No, that's not correct, right? Oh, my child has this virus, antibiotic. I correct them and I explain. But if a parent is resistant to the information or they want to believe whatever they want to believe that they read, so it's very hard. Even though I try, and every visit, you try, that's all I can do. But if they are resistant, they're pushing, there's nothing you could do.
Can't put a gun to their head.
Yeah, but I feel like the technology is making the younger parents so stupid when it comes down to.
And that's what they.
So I think
Google everything.
If they trust her, they will trust what she says and what comes out of her mouth more, because you look to these people in order to help you solve the issue, especially when it comes to your first child.
Most parents do. I'm just so blessed. They come and they trust me to the point where whatever I say, they'll follow through.
Yeah,
they won't fight
it's
me.
the energy that you're bringing. What did I say?
Yeah. How did you're so hands-on with your profession? How supportive of the husband?
Very.
Did it ever affect your family? How participant are you with everything that goes on?
So even during my residency or when I was opening I told you, without him I would die. Because his job allowed him to take care of the kids. While residency, we do 24-hour shifts.
Yeah,
we do calls, and you come home, you just look for the nearby pillow. If he wouldn't support, I would not finish.
How are you influencing your kids? You said your dad engraved that you're going to be a doctor. Are you allowing? So I felt like when you said that, even though you're happy, you became a doctor because they pushed that on you, but you chose the field of which you want, what type of doctor you want to be.
Correct.
Are you engraving something like that into your kids, or are you giving them the freedom to choose?
I'm giving them the freedom.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. The journey is not easy.
Okay.
And you have to, especially in today's day and age, you have to love medicine so much and appreciate the journey that you're willing to sacrifice and not go out and not,
Are you scaring not to go to be a doctor, or you're
Because
telling
a lot
them
of
that
times-
to be ready for that?
Not only my kids, but in general, young people, the first question they ask how much money you make.
Yes.
And say it's not for you. Go look for something else. Because if you're only thinking about money,
But it wasn't your passion to be a doctor either. You were
but I
pushed
come
and
from a different
influenced.
generation.
Okay.
I come from very.
You think that matters?
Of course.
100% that matters.
My father said jump. You say how high?
Okay.
Whatever your passion is, or you think whatever your passion, go volunteer. You want to be a
Correct.
lawyer? Go to one law office, go to different offices.
And
because
shadow them.
Shadow them.
Yes.
There's criminal law, there's a divorce lawyer, there's real estate lawyer, there's different. Same thing with medicine. It's so broad. Go volunteer.
You can't volunteer in TikTok, so
Exactly. Go to the hospital. And then you can make that decision and say, you know
everybody wants to be an influencer.
what? Because everybody wants quick money.
Got it.
They want quick money. They are lazy.
Any of your kids want to follow in your path?
My son wants to be a dentist.
Okay.
My daughter wants to be a lawyer.
That's nice.
And my third child wants to be a Starbucks worker. So
Okay.
I'm going to work in Starbucks.
What is it? A barista, right? They call it a barista. By the way, Starbucks gives health insurance now, so yeah.
Really?
I don't know if you saw those
No
commercials.
way.
That's so
And
funny.
paid
You never
vacation.
know. Maybe he's going to be the one who owns them.
Boris created a time machine.
Sure.
You're the first patient to go back and see yourself 15 years ago.
Oh
What do
my
you
God.
recommend?
I guess I would spend more time in the hospital making connections.
Okay.
I knew nobody.
See, this is the business aspect of her
Of
life.
course, it's
Go ahead.
I knew
important.
nobody. There are no doctors in my family. I would fall, I would get up, I would learn, I would get up. It was just only going forward. So I didn't have that mentor. Nowadays, as I said, there's a lot of people who can guide you and help you, and there's a lot of information. I didn't have that. So I would make those
Would
connections.
you divert yourself from being a doctor if it was until because I see you're very business.
Now looking at, I don't think nothing interests me. I'm very like picky and particular. Like even in medicine, like a lot of my colleagues went and specialized. I don't see myself doing cardiology all day, every day. Or I don't see myself doing orthopedics all day, every day.
Let's forget about the doctor aspect. Would you tell yourself that you wanted to do something else?
Well, I did. That's why I majored in economics.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah,
liked,
she just said that
I
at the-
liked, business management, business aspect of it. But even now, I don't know.
Okay, so
Medicine,
that means she's satisfied.
I'm very
She's
satisfied.
satisfied, and she wouldn't. She would just tell her keep your head up and spend more time in the hospital. Build
If I would have more
connection.
connections, maybe it wouldn't be as difficult of a journey.
course.
Maybe it would be somebody would take me under their wing and like help
Okay.
me along the way.
You know-
You don't think because of that you became the person you are now instead of you being under somebody and
100%. The struggles that you go through life teaches you lessons.
Of course.
You become stronger and stronger. And that's why now when I have teenagers coming to my office and they're like, oh, I want to go to nursing, or I say, whatever you need, I'm here. The classes you want to take, the volunteer, you want to come here, shadow me, come. Like I
oh nice.
help them
Okay.
Nice.
any way I can because I didn't have that.
Okay.
You know,
nice.
especially teenagers.
Anybody fell into it and actually
They
shadowed
come,
you?
Of course, they come. I show them, I teach them, and then they decide if that's the field for them or not.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
so nice. That's
So if you're a teenager and you want to be a doctor,
Dr. G is ready to open up her
it's
office
only $99 a month.
with a subscription plan, right? What's your opinion on technology and young kids now?
oh,
With this
it's a
whole
big no. A lot of kids come and within like months their vision deteriorates because they're constantly on their devices. For young kids, not more than 2 hours.
what do you recommend to parents how to fight that boredom of kids? Because
Easy.
you're driving.
Entertained.
Here
It's
you go.
easy.
Here you go.
No, it's easy because we're the parents. The same concept.
We see that the parents want it easy way out. You know, you want to shut the kid's mouth. You give them a phone to watch.
Anybody coming to you with that issue of mental health issue? Because you do see from birth to 18, right?
Correct.
So you're seeing parents coming to you and complaining, I don't know what's
We do.
going on inside my kid's head. They are on this Roblox game. They're talking to strangers. They're talking to this. Or do you...
I ask the question, who pays for the phone? Who pays for the internet? As I said, I'm old school. You have to realize who is the parent here because most of the time the roles are reversed. You see kids dictating the parents and parents are tippy-toeing around the kids,
Correct.
right? If you're 12, how old are your kids?
Mine, 11. This is the oldest.
Oh, wow. So let's say your 11-year-old came and said, Papa, there's a party. I'm going to this party. I'm putting this skirt. I'm going to the party.
Why not?
Why not?
You're gonna drive them.
Why?
Not me, Boris.
No, hold on. And that's exactly what I tell my parents when they come. I said, your 12, 13-year-old wants to go to a party with a boy, what are you going to tell them? You're going to put your foot down.
Hell no.
And you're going to tell them who is the boss. Same thing. If I don't want my child to have a device, they will not have a device.
Кто плачет, тот заказывает музыку.
Exactly. Same thing goes with, let's say, potty training. Like a child is 2.5, 3 years old, is still in diaper.
It's the parents' fault. Everything's parents' fault. I agree. But
not their
we're
fault.
lazy in order
Exactly.
to help out, to do the extra.
Yeah,
to
so if
brush
the child
your
has an
teeth
accident,
even.
so you'll wipe. Big
Correct.
deal. Or same thing with the pacifier. 12 months, that's the pacifier has to be gone. I see babies, 2 years old with the pacifier,
Yeah.
3 years old. Oh, it keeps them quiet. Same thing as device.
that's-
Do you understand
that's
that
what
it's just for our sake?
Correct.
So you
We're
feel
sacrificing the child's development.
so the new generation parenting is failing, in your opinion?
They just have to have boundaries and routine and schedule. It's okay. You can put educational stuff. Nobody's saying you shouldn't. On a TV, far away, like we used to do in back in the day,
Coco Melon.
Right.
Oh my, that's
at the distance, and timed. 30 minutes at a time, not more than 2 hours, 3 hours a day for younger kids. But what happens the minute they open their eye? Can I have a phone? Can I have an iPad? And we as parents, I'm guilty of that too. Nobody's perfect, but I'm just saying the way to overcome is to have some kind of schedule, routine, and boundaries.
She's talking all this hero. How old was, what was the age for your kids when you bought them the phone first?
Oh, I used to fight with my husband all the time.
So what?
9 years old, 10 years old.
No, really?
10 years old.
My daughter's 11 now. I'm deciding she's going to middle school. The bus is going to pick up because I live out east also. And now my wife is like, we should get her a phone.
But that was a simple phone back then.
Yeah. Now I'm like, let's get her an iPhone watch,
Right.
the watch. So she's like, you could still do the same thing on the watch as you can do on the phone.
No, they want
You
a
can still
full
control. You could still control.
Yeah, so now we're in that, and school's about to start in 2 weeks, and I don't know.
The thing is that they look at their friends, they have iPhones,
Yeah.
this, that, the next, and it's a different feel. Like my oldest son gave me 2 presentations. Why should he get a phone? That's a totally different ball game. And he actually, he went above and beyond
Yeah.
to give us a full presentation in order. Why should he get a phone?
Wow.
What are the pros in getting a phone?
Well,
That was wild. And at 13, we got him a phone. I think the cutoff time, today's age is 13, even though I told him, guys, I got my phone at 18 years old.
When you see the teenagers, what are the most common mental issues you see? I don't know
Anxiety,
why is that? Why?
From what?
From what?
Parents, you think?
School.
From
school, friends, bullying.
bullying
What's
is
this
a big thing. Bullying is a big thing, unfortunately.
Bullying is a big thing.
Am I too old school to understand it? I don't understand.
Listen, back in
You're
the
you're
day,
you're overweight. You're skinny. You have acne. You
get
don't
picked
have a
on.
boyfriend.
and that's
you don't-
considered on the bullying category?
yeah, you get picked on.
Okay.
Somebody can
Very-
just walk across the street in the school and just.
That's bullying. But
that's-
not because
Also,
you're.
there's different types of bullying. Like they leave you out. Everybody eats lunch over there, and you're by yourself over there.
You get the
They
full-
pick on you. So
I
my
don't
job
know.
when they
I
come,
ate alone until I saw more Buharians in my class. So,
and a lot of them are sent to to get help.
so you sent you're the one that
I'm like a traffic controller.
got
I'm
it.
a general pediatrician.
What is the like? So you saw the anxiety. Is that something that you need to send for them to be
Evaluated. So I
evaluated?
talk to the teenagers.
Okay.
I ask the parents to leave the room. I talk to them in private, and then my job is to direct them and get them help because I'm not a psychiatrist.
So
I'm
from
not a
1 to
psychologist.
5, anxiety would be the first.
Anxiety,
HDHD, what is it?
ADHD,
ADHD.
autism, Down syndrome.
So I have friends whose kids are like ADHD, but then when they became older, they're perfectly fine, and they never took any medication, but they were how do you call it?
I mean, I personally think I have it, and I think now as an older person, it gives me so much more better advantage.
Correct.
You know what the problem is with ADHD
Yes, what is
diagnosed kids?
tell me.
Too much sugar.
Uh-huh.
I tell the parent, cut off all the sugar. He's a boy, let's say. You give him all the sugar from yogurt in the morning, from pancakes and the snack, all that sugar. He's
What is that?
hyperactive.
They give them that with the M medication. I forgot the name of it.
Adderall, Ritalin.
No,
Is
no.
that even normal?
Methylphenidate,
Yeah.
It's a generic
So
name.
in order to cut that off, just give them less sugar.
I told parents, start with that. oh, my child is hyperactive. Sometimes they diagnose, as I said, they Google stuff. They diagnose the kids, right? I said, why don't you do that for a week? Simple. I still send them to, psychiatrists and psychologists. That's just my job. But as a mother to mother, I said, don't give them sugars. Don't give them juice.
You think your husband doesn't have that? I mean, I think 75% of Baharian males have that.
ADHD, I don't know.
I might even have it. I don't know. God knows. It's possible. I can't sit in one spot.
You shaking your legs.
Also shaking.
I told you honestly, I have it.
I probably have it. I don't
think
know.
that's what makes us.
But again, as I said, in kids, I believe less is more with everything. We shouldn't reserve to meds right away. What about
Correct. I agree with that.
First, let's look at the other things. But as a doctor, my job is to help you, yes, and to direct you.
So we stopped at number 2, which was now you were saying about Down syndrome. That that doesn't get treated by a psychiatrist or anything like that, right?
Sometimes if they have mentally, they don't feel like they belong. They're on their own kind of wavelength.
Okay.
Right? They're also not. They need help, of course.
So what they will speak to somebody, but isn't Down syndrome caught very early in life, or
no? But I'm saying when they're later in life, they have
no?
Yes, they can do the testing while.
So the parents know he has Down syndrome. The kid will come to you 15, 16 with Down syndrome. You'll start talking to them, then you'll give them the additional help how to deal that mentally wise.
Exactly.
Got it.
I don't have a lot. I have like a few, and I have experience with Down syndrome. They also have their own issues that we need to address.
Mm-hmm.
But the most common is anxiety. These kids they're anxious. And sometimes, sometimes they might be on something, they might not be on something,
Weak men build strong kids, and strong kids build weak men.
But the most important thing is to direct them, because if you leave them by themselves...
They have everything.
But that's what it is.
But nobody's talking to these kids. They have everything, but they're on their phones. Nobody's actually talking to them.
Communicating. You have to, unfortunately, communicate. Like my wife says, listen, put your phone away, sit with the kids and talk to them, and that's it. We have dinner 6:30, 7 o'clock as a family every day.
Nice.
That's what my wife instilled.
And then you go back to work?
And if I have to, I leave, yeah. She's like, come, spend 2.5 hours, then do what you got to do. I don't care.
I know the doctor privacy, and you were saying that you speak to the teenager and stuff like that. Do you come out to the parents and you tell them what you spoke about, or is
Never. I'm not allowed.
Why?
To the parents?
Yeah.
Don't they need to know?
No. This is what I had the question, and then I had the break.
So once a child is a teenager,
was a teenager,
10, 11 years
10?
old.
Seriously?
Yes.
It was like 12, 13.
No, 10, 11
I think that's
years old.
crazy.
So it's HIPAA. If a child is sharing with me, and I rather them do that, and I tell them, whatever we talk about is confidential. You can come to me. If you can go to your mom, you can go to your sister. I want you to come to me. Even if it's not medicine related, come to me.
So
Come
what if
to me
it's
for
something
help.
really serious?
Depends.
What's serious?
Serious if they're
What's
trying to
wrong?
hurt themselves.
Correct.
Suicidal.
Okay.
Yes,
Suicidal.
that's a different story. But anything, I'll give you an example. Let's say a child is sexually active.
Okay.
She's 15. She's sharing with me. I am not allowed to tell you as a parent.
That's crazy. That's what I was going to ask you. The whole trend of that whole AGBY, XYZ, WXX, that's all the 1627.
I'm not allowed. I can go.
But now...
She can sue me and I can go to jail.
but so she's a teenager, 13, 4, we go both female or male. Now we know 3 years ago, and this was proven, they invested like $400 or $200 million in this whole promotion of the color flag and all that. No, but now the kids are confused. They don't know if they were born with it, or is that something that's been instilled into them. There were plenty of incidents where females turned into male, they got the injections, which was approved, and then in the end, she realized that this wasn't her, that she was confused, and it happened. She grew out a beard, getting the injection.
Again, they come to me as
let me finish the question. So now as a teenager, you're lost, and she's coming up to you. I don't know. I don't think I like. You're gonna send them to the psychiatrist.
Exactly.
So you're not allowed to come up to the parent and say, "Listen, your daughter or your son is having this issue." Now, listen. I'm sorry to say.
You have to encourage the child to share. Let's say he's
To
gay.
share it with the parent.
You have to
himself,
encourage the child.
Listen, he doesn't know he's gay. He might have sexual intercourse with another teenage boy or a listen, what's real is real, right?
Yes.
It's like Avi Ben Mordechai also came up. He's like, oh, the parents asking him, oh, I pay for their sessions and I pay for everything and I drive them to the session. Like, you have to share with. We're not allowed.
But wouldn't that be a mistake if in the end where he's gonna, God forbid, have an intercourse with another teenage boy and then realize, holy shit, this wasn't for me. I was confused.
How
So-
would the parents stop them? These seniors, you can't stop them, right? By me telling the parent, which is illegal, I cannot do that. What?
But your
But they're
mother,
underage, technically.
Not underage.
What do you mean under 18?
under 18, you can't even go buy yourself
know,
a pack of cigarettes. But
I know.
you cannot
But
drink
when
to
you
21.
tell the mom to come out of the room as a doctor,
You can do
again,
that.
just like with vaccines, I don't make up the rules. I just follow them.
But
I
as a
think-
mother, while you're a
Of course, I would
doctor,
want to know. You think my kid's doctor
so
tells me?
it doesn't kill you that you have to be restricted with the parent.
But
who-
I'm going to be helping the way I know how as a doctor. And it's better than he tells or she tells to somebody. Let's say she tells me, I don't like my school. I'm getting bullied and these girls, but I don't want my mom to know. Like, you're going to advise. You're going to talk to her. You're going to help her. But it's confident. You're not. Because once you lose that trust with that teenager, you're done.
That's it. You're done. Yes,
She's not going to tell her mom.
100%.
so how are you
She's
gonna?
not going to tell you anymore.
So now you're coming out and you're talking to a parent and you're telling the parent, listen, I'm going to provide you with a number for
no, you provide it for the teenager.
Yeah.
teenager, but the teenager still
Doesn't
needs
follow through.
The teenager still needs approval from the parent in order to make that phone call and to go see
There
it.
are some facilities where they don't need. If they need therapy,
Okay, that's what,
do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
So the whole point, especially teenagers, are very difficult. I do very well with teenagers.
Okay.
They're like, you need to establish the trust, and you have to let
Correct.
them know that they're safe, and that they can come to you with anything. Wouldn't you rather your child come to me as her doctor,
Okay.
right? And you know that if God forbid she is in some kind of trouble and she can't come to you because you're so strict or whatever the reason is, you know that they can come to Dr. G and I have her best interest just like you do. And I'm going to guide her, but I can share it with you. If she asks me, I don't want my dad to know this and this.
Correct.
and
You're
this.
going to lose that trust.
Both of us will lose
Correct.
that
I
trust.
feel like
and then she's going to go to her friend
And that's who's
and it's even worse.
is even worse.
It's even
that
worse.
scares me every day.
So what do you take on the whole where kids want to make that decision that they want to be trans or I don't think they should even.
Whole
That's a
different
different. Correct. I believe
This
that
is a
is.
whole
I
different-
personally am totally against it
Me too.
because I don't
agree.
think their brain's in the right place
100%.
till they're 18 or in that is just unbelievable. Personally, they shouldn't even be taught that in school.
Exactly. I agree.
That's why you got to move out east, because your property taxes make the decision what they're going to teach them.
You take them to private school. Hopefully that helps. We think
No, by the guidelines, the private schools still have to follow the guidelines.
certain guidelines.
A lot. They took out all the grants from all the yeshivas for public for kids who have the HD or whatever you said,
ADHD,
and all that. A lot of the programs, if they're not falling into guidelines of what the
Correct.
state
They're not
wants,
gonna. They're not gonna get
and the
paid.
yeshivas are going to have to fall because 30% of all Jewish kids have some of these symptoms that need that extra help. So you either have no choice. Either you're going to make the kid suffer by him not getting the right proper help, or you're going to take him out of the yeshiva and you're still going to put him in public school to get the help that he wants. And on top of that, talk about homosexuality.
It's so unfair. It doesn't make sense.
There you go.
I don't get it. I don't know
Welcome
how
to
they
the-
even
welcome to the
put
world.
this into the system. Am I wrong?
Kids need to be kids. That's all I'm going to say.
I agree with that.
Let kids be kids.
G, thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
you so much.
Dr. G, thank you very
was
much.
fun.
God bless you.
I hope your dream of the master clinic. You know the sad part about that? I wish you that best, but I think it's going to take you away from being so hands-on with the patients where you're going to have to hire a whole bunch of doctors.
Specialists, yeah.
And I hope they will be enthusiastically so passionate the way you are
Amen.
Agree.
taking care of the community
Agree.
now, because nothing but incredible reviews about you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This was fun. And thanks for all the interrogative questions. Yeah.
Beautiful. Guys, if you like what you see, subscribe and follow. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.